Hello there, internet friends. It's Too Old for Gaming, and today we're playing another exciting 10 versus 10 here on Oswarno. I am playing as the Axis, the 122nd Infantry Division, and I am going to take this town. I'm just letting you know that that's mine. So, for my initial setup here, I'm bringing in some Finnish infantry. They have some good close quarter combat stuff, AT rifles. I have also got a half platoon of Stug 3s and a Sta 42. There's an SU-2 looking for targets, but I have a Flak Verling 20 mil here. He's a bit out of range right now, but I'll keep drawing him in. You never know if somebody's going to try and rush across. I feel like most of the time when I see people do that and they rush across right away, like somebody's rushing to this town or they're rushing over here, they just lose everything. Like they might start to grip the town, but they all die. So you guys, if you've watched me enough, you'll notice that the majority of the time I don't do that. And we are able to get him off before the Stug 3 gets hit, and then SU-2 is destroyed by the RA-2005. So yeah, it's just not a strategy I see work that often. Maybe it does for like 20 seconds and then all you guys die. So I've got, let's see the setup here. So I've got these basically AT teams, but they also have satchel charges, which is great. I got 50 mils. Unfortunately, these are the 800, so these are Russian captured. So when I'm looking at my ranges here, I can get into these houses with the 50 mils back here. Got a spotter over here. The Kiev OS, I really like these teams. I've had tons of success. Those AT satchel charges are fantastic. I've got a 45 set up here, again, to cut off any trucks coming through. Somi Posoidi. These teams are great, too, for close quarter combat because they have the automatic rifle, Molotovs, 5 SVT-40s, and the Sumoy submachine guns. So I'm bringing in more 50s. I'm bringing in a Pack 40, so we can put him here and we can cut off this reinforcement road. So he's not going to get across the bridge. I'm leaving these guys back to use their full range. I'm starting to move them up a bit closer. He's still using his full range, guys, so I don't want to get a penetration. You've got 100 mils of frontal armor. I'm facing Russians over here. They have Su-85s. They might have T-34-85s. Definitely can penetrate these tanks and stuff, so I want to keep them further out. And I realize, like, the range on these Flak Verlings is not great. It's only 2250, so I got to move them in closer, which does make it a bit riskier, but I get better air coverage. So I got another Stug 3 coming in. I want to try to get maybe a full platoon up here. On our left flank, team doing a really good job advancing, using some half-tracks, Panzer IV F1s. These are great support tanks. And then we've got a Panther D, so definitely some solid equipment here. That 251 will go down to that T-34, though, if he can actually make a hit. And he does. So we've got our guys pushed up here. Sturm group here with some magnetic mines, and then a 251/D, which can take out that 30 kill, and a Tiger. So really, really nicely set up here on our left flank right now. As we look over here to the right, we've got the town flag still, not a ton of equipment, a Puma there who's probably going to die to that AT gun. Oh, this part's pretty weak. The Sturm Pioneers, I mean, these could easily get crushed. Those are small teams. I think there's 6 men. And then just the center here is pretty thin. When we keep going right, we might actually, we got this flag with our Pioneers having trouble getting up here. So our right and center aren't phenomenal, but we're looking really good on the left. And I did spot a BA-10M, and so I've got that 800 meter range. I'm going to start launching 50 mils at him. You know, you got 54, but he does freak out because there's a Martyr 3. And fortunately, this guy is moving his equipment forward. He's got a spotter here with the 38T. We've got a ZIS-2 causing havoc over here. It looks like he did take out a couple pieces of equipment, but we still have our support tank and our Panther. And now it looks like they're bringing in mortars probably for him, and should be able to push forward. Good use of Sturm Pioneers to advance, although that's really risky to run out there. So I brought in an 81 to give me, basically when I want to make this advance, I'm not going to do it half-assed. I'm going to bring in like a company of men, and I'm going to have mortar support, and we're going to have tank support so that it's successful. So just, guys, like, my advice to you is just don't go in half-cocked. Like, be patient, and you will be rewarded with your patience. So these guys are definitely in trouble. I would expect all three of these to die, and then this Jagdpanther is so close he's probably going to die to that 6-pounder. That's really rough. We got an HE-111 coming in, though. Crusader's firing at him. I don't know if he's going to be able to get him off target. No, I think he's going to be able to take him down. So that HE-111 is huge right now. Drop him. All right, let's see what he does to this position. I think he's going to absolutely crush these rifle teams, but he's still dealing with this Vickers. And so he does get the AT gun to be suppressed, but no one gets destroyed. That's a little surprising. He gets them to fall back, and unfortunately, because of this Vickers and these scout snipers, not going to be able to push forward. They're responding with a Hellcat, and takes out the Panzergren. So let's go back to us, because it looks like the action's starting to heat up. So, as you see from the burning rubble here, I had moved my Pack 40 into position, but we have spotters over here who've seen us. So I'm using the fallback command to preserve them from hitting casualties. I haven't seen a lot of equipment coming through, and we have a strong left flank for us. So him being out of position for a minute isn't too worrisome. So I'm starting to get my assault group together. Looks like we got a T-34-85 up here, but he doesn't see us. So he's RDing our position here, which is definitely... Wouldn't like to lose his Pack 40. I think he's 60 points on this deck, but it's not the worst thing if it happens. I guess we can say we're chewing up his ammo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 infantry in here. And so for artillery, we've got the close-in 50s and then the 181. I'm going to bring up a Pack 40 here. I'd like to get... I've got enough... I can get close enough here to cover the reinforcement road. And we had a MG42 firing, which our friends over here managed to get some shells on. So doing a really great job of holding on over here towards the enemy. Mortars firing at the other mortar half-track. So, I don't think he's seen me in here. I have all these guys in return fire. I mean, we're going to wait till the assault, and then I'll expose him. I think he might have seen the 50 move up. I'm looking at... They have exceptional stealth, though, so it's not likely... And he might just be guessing because I had guys over here. Which is a good guess. I mean, he does end up with a random shell taking out those 50 teams. That's the worst thing about the 50s is they die so easily from counter battery. And I didn't even get a round off on that one. They're not expensive, though. So we've got 20 points, and I can get smoke down, and I got 54 shells. So as you can tell, I'm preparing for this assault here. I've got my infantry up here. I'm getting my Pack 40 into position. I'm getting my smoke down. I figured now is the time to go, considering he's shelling me. Let's get this party started before I lose my other mortar. We'll try to cover this whole range so he can't see me. He's probably got guys in here. Remember, we've got the T-34-85 up here, which from the smoldering rubble wreckage here, we probably took out a few vehicles. So, unfortunately, my Pack 40 not quite in position yet. Getting fired on from some Strelky over here, but just dealing with a single DP-28 at the moment. So, able to get these guys up, and, they're pioneering, so they've got their frag grenades, and then we got these other guys with their Molotovs and their automatic rifles and 3 submachine guns. So, we're ready to take this town, guys. Remember, I got a Panzerschreck team in here, too. And the pioneering do manage to get their AT satchel off. I told you guys, these things are really good. For if we're throwing AT, I feel like they operate the best. Coming in with the Spitfire. And so he gets the grenades off. Doesn't do much damage, but he pins all these guys, which is such a bummer. Like, I want them to keep moving here. Them being pinned is such a pain. But they're not surrendering. And so that cues me in. I go, okay, well, if my assault gets surrendered, gets pinned here, I need to start moving these tanks forward to support them, because I can't get my equipment in close enough to take these other guys out. So one of my teams is destroyed. BA-10, I moved these guys back into position. He gets spotted and destroyed. Strelke gets destroyed. We had a Boston drop bombs on us. He takes out another squad and pins him again. And it really isn't... It's really the pinning that's a problem. So a third squad goes down. And the AT team is just being pushed back. They haven't taken a casualty yet, but... We get a penetration under Stug 3. But he does one in return. And he's got friends. So, second shot misses. Division taken out. We get an Su-85 here who's covering the bridge, though. But, alright, we still got 3 guys left. My AT team is really running away now because it's taking Su-85 fire. I want to move these Stug 3s up to fire on him as fast as possible so I don't lose a bunch of equipment. My Pak-40 cannot see over there, and this one, he's just like, he's in the perfect spot to hide. Suppression way down on these guys, so I'm going to advance them forward. This Stug 3 can spot him, so hopefully get a hit. Yep, we get a hit and a penetration. And he wisely falls back, so we missed the second shot. But that leaves us open to move our equipment across. We've got another Su-85 over here if you saw it. But remember, we're covering it with this Pak-40, so this Studebaker is probably going to go down first. Now he redirects to the Su-85. He gets a penetration, so we might be dealing with this team. And he ejects early. Trying to spread these guys around so they don't get hit again by one bomb, so that if we do get bombed, we still have units in the town. The Pioneers have moved forward to capture the intersection outside the town. So we lost a few squads, but the assault worked. We haven't lost any equipment yet in terms of armor. Strelke team over here backing up the Su-85, but the Pioneers laying down some fire. Su-42 in range of that Su-85. Unfortunately, gets spalling on the first shot on him. And I swear these things always miss, but he lands the first one, and he destroys my Stu-42. Now Bedford's coming in, and looks like rockets coming down on our position. I need to get these guys out of the trucks. I have a lot of Sturmgrens. Rocket's very inaccurate, but one lands here, gets them all pinned. I've got a recon team up here. Super important to be able to see what's coming in. Still got 3 Stug 3s available for backup here. So that Strelke team is destroyed. And we're just taking more 82 mil Katyusha fire. The Pioneers did not get hit. Capture the commandos out in the open here to start suppressing them. Strelke DT on our left firing as well. Sturmgren's not up far enough yet, but I have brought in more and more squads. Remember, guys, I'm an infantry division, so I have like 100 units, 100 cards. Stug 3's now in position to lay fire on enemy equipment here. Catching is Zenart 37 out in the open. We've got more Katyusha fire coming in. But again, I'm trying to keep these guys spread out so that we don't get bunched up and nailed. And I'm moving these guys forward to try to get them away from these rockets. Well, hopefully we can keep all 4 alive. Strelke DT's taking fire from a couple different squads here. And our Sturmgren's just getting pinned over and over again. But we've got our guys moved into position to provide fire support. We've got our other 50 that's still alive in here who's going to start laying some mortars down. Takes him a little bit of time to get set up, but now he should be firing away. Starting to get them suppressed. My recon team needs to be moved up so we can spot what's happening over here. And on our left flank, we've managed to capture the flag over here too. So continue to push past the town here. We're holding this flag even though they're getting shelled. And we're capturing the woods over here, so shortly we'll be pushing through on our side too. So, I mean, again, this match, left flank just doing phenomenal work. We're at a 19-13. So I brought in a Martyr to back up the Pack 40. I figured there might be quite a bit of equipment coming in. Looks like he's very concerned with that flag at the moment. And that 37 mil should be going out soon. I have a BF-109 G8. Unfortunately for me, got a mobile wagon over here. And I'm moving my flak Verling up. It's going to take a while. Spot a 37 mil over here. So we can see now with my spotter aircraft, there's not a ton of equipment at the moment, but now I know I can move my Sturmgrens up here and my Pioneers to take out this guy. Unfortunately, he does take out my recon plane. They're not that expensive at 65 points, but it's still a bummer. I've got another one, but we're getting our Cav OS so far forward, we really won't need him. Strelky DT out in the open being made quick work of by the Sturmgrens. And we're able to cover this reinforcement road back here. More equipment coming in. A Lloyd carrier could be anything from infantry to a T-gun. And we managed to take out the 37, but we were dealing with the 17-pounder, so, and he's way out there. He takes the guy out on the first shot. So Spitfire's coming back in, and he takes another guy out in one shot. I used to think they took 2 shots, but man, they're single-shotting. This one's taking 2. So it takes out 2 Stug 3s. That's a big bummer. I got a Stug 4 in now. As I think they're about 5 points more. And I've got a leader card in here. So I've got radio up here now. And we've got our spotters here who can see all the way down the road. We've got an AT team here covering a left flank. We've got a Pioneer team covering a right flank. And I'm moving my 50s up so we can start shelling the position up here. Sturmgrens. Trying to get those guys forward as well to cover this reinforcement road along with this team here. And we managed to find some scouts here. And those guys are gonna go down. Got my Stug 4 here covering the road. And then I'm moving up my equipment from back here. No reason to leave your things back here once you take an advance on a position. I think this is fine to leave these guys here, but might as well move these guys forward. So another Stug 4 coming in, and another 3 squads of these assault troops, and then an IG-33. That way I can get 2K range out here to cover this this 17-pounder and the infantry out there. Managed to take out the recon squad. Unfortunately, these guys get a little too exposed with their 300-meter range on their STG-44s, so got to pull them back after they take a few casualties from the Strelky teams. Somebody Posoidi firing at the Maori squads, and these guys are pretty tough. I think they've got two MG-34s, so definitely hard to take on the Maoris. Got 81s firing at the 17-pounder, and I asked for help. And I have a lot to work on him with, and he's the most dangerous thing to all the equipment I've got. I've got to pull it all back here so that I don't get killed by the 17-pounder, and that's going to leave me open for him to bring more stuff in. So if I can get somebody to drop some arty on him, that'd be helpful. Or I got to call on my own. Sniper's getting spotted by the Martyr way in the back down there in the corner. Not able to land a hit though, and there's an M2 half-trap coming in with some equipment here. Another AT team, kind of a weird choice. And here comes that infantry. Moving up my 20 mil AA as well. IG-33, and these trucks are very slow. Maltiers are 38 kilometers an hour on the road. Let's take a quick view around the map here. Team's continuing to collapse the far left flank, doing a fantastic job here. Continuing to push forward here. We've got a ton of equipment. Oh, look at all those mortars. Over here in the town, we've maintained control of the flag, just out of reach of these two. And we managed to hold on to this hilltop, although it seems like they are taking quite a bit of fire here. And we're just out of range of this flag. These guys seem pretty weak, to be honest. Same as over here, so kind of similar story. We've got tanks rolling in through this valley, and there's nothing to stop their advance right now. So my 50s are in range. I start shooting at them, and my Sturmgrun's getting spotted by a sniper out here, so I'm going to have to pull them back. Let's get this L3-35 firing it up too. But the 50's falling in on the Sherman. The Sherman is destroyed. I think he was destroyed by this Panther, though. And the IG-33 is almost there. I did bring back in that FW-190 once it was repaired to drop bombs on the 17-pounder. Unfortunately, they're those SG-50s. And I feel like they should beef those up a little bit. Consider that that guy was sitting on the field and we just dropped like 8 bombs on him and he's still not dead? I don't know. So about to get that IG-33 in position. We are dealing with some 2K equipment here though, and the Sherman IB, which is going to be in pain in my rear. Does manage to take out a Pioneer squad, but doubtful he's going to be in range of much. And I did bring up an MG-42 to chew these guys down. So the IG-33 should take that guy out, and he does. And now we're going to be dealing with this guy's 2K as well. Yeah, so 2 pieces of equipment that are 2K, which is a little tricky. Gets 2 casualties on my MG-42 with that IB. These things are cheap, too. 65 points. Yeah, the American 105 howitzers are really good in this game. It gets a penetration and a bailout on my Sherman 4, or excuse me, my Stug 4. Trying to get my Martyr over into position here. He's gonna range me on everything. And my IG-33, I'm trying to move him out, but those 105s, man, he just took out 4 guys with 1 hit. And he gets an instant bailout on my Martyr 2 at about 2,000. Maybe 1,600. Getting pinned down over here, trying to move these guys up with their automatic rifles. My 45 gets destroyed by the IB. Again, that guy's just a pain. So I brought in a 105. We had a 17-pounder over here who's causing us trouble on our heavy tanks, so it's going to launch some stuff at him because he's in radio, and these guys aren't within radio. It's really worth dropping on armor unless you're desperate, unless it's in radio range. Like infantry, sure, but armor, like, this is a better target because we're in radio range, in my opinion. So I have a Martyr hiding here, so I have him only visible to within probably what I assume to be penetration range at 1250, even though he can shoot 1500. I tried to advance these guys, but they got spotted by the sniper, so they all got caught out here by this flare, which is a huge bummer. Shows you the value of having recon in the game. I know I bring it up like every time I play. Stu gets nailed Where the heck did he get shot from? Oh, this guy right here. So readjusting my 105 over here just because of desperation. We've got some Beretta assault troops moving in to try and take this flag. Had to pull all these Finns back because of the fire from this IB. I do call in for some help. I hope somebody can put some fire on him for me or call in an aircraft because these guys are just causing me problems. But I did hide him. I hid him so that it was only within firing range of the gun. So he takes out one, misses on the second shot, but he won't be spotted without that sniper. Still going to be hidden. Gets a penetration on the second shot, and I finally got some backup here with the Panther. So the hidden Pac 40 doing a great job to take out the T-34s that were outranging me, and now we're getting that that Panther in who should be able to take out that Sherman. So that's a huge help. So we're at a 15-17. We're still leading here. We've captured this flag. We're barely getting it. And my Martyr 2 is within range now of this guy. So we managed to take him down. I'm trying to get him moved up to cover this road if I can. It looks like we've got more equipment back here. Katyusha's in the back. We managed to get one with the Martyr. Trying to get rounds off again. And he brought... That's a really weird choice. I don't know why you would bring in a commander right now. So you can see the artillery fire going off here. I'd reposition these guys to put rifle fire down. My Sturmgrens useless unless within 300. Bringing that FW-190 back in. Get 6 casualties in the Maori squad. We're dealing with this one up here is causing me problems. Trying to get my MG-42 over here to help out. I had an 88 set up here with 2K range to hit out here. That would take all game to get over. I don't think I'm going to bother. And actually, you can see he's shooting over here. So still out of range of these 2 flags, but our next objective, if we can get this one, I put the attack beacon on it. If we can get that flag, looks like there's not much in here. We can shift to our right and get the other flag. So we've got that. He's got some Panzergrens moving forward. I moved my 50s up because they're within range across the lake here. And my flak Verling slowly advancing to give us some support. I've got an 88 up here in case any more equipment comes in. Bringing in more 50s to support the town assault here. And that Maori squad was a real pain. I don't know if I'm in range there, though. No, I'm just out. Got another leader in here to give these guys some veterancy. These guys just get pinned by... And these Shermans are... Sherman IBs, definitely bring those in if you're playing the Americans or other allied divisions that have 105 gun carriers. It's just great. Kind of surprised he's trying to bring in an SU-2 when he knows we have this AA net back here. So, fantastic job. I think the furthest I've gotten over here on the left is like up to this town. So, but it looks like we're about to pincher move this guy and shut things down here. And now we've got almost a platoon here of Panthers supporting us, but he doesn't have a recon Panther here, so a little dangerous, but should make quick work of this ISU-152, which I put the help beacon on. And now must have guys in here because the line is not moving, but advancing forward. 25-pounder direct firing at the Jagdpanzer. Bounces off the front, gets nuked. So superior team in here firing at these guys, but once they get in close to those Berettas, should make good work of them. And as you see with my command here, I'm gonna bring in some guys to help out. I brought in some satchel teams with AT guns too, in case you brought in Shermans over here. Got a 6-pounder here trying to just took out our recon tank. But we've got the farm. We've got this flag, so the entire left flank is ours. Battling over this position, I'll be there to support them very soon. Still maintain this. Still got the hilltop. It looks like that was a pretty decent battle up here. We lost the other half of it. Barely holding on here. We're making it a 22-10. Just barely holding, barely getting this too. Somewhat surprised they didn't roll us on this side based on what we saw earlier. Maybe they needed some Fireflies in there or 17-pounders up further to support their assault, but it really looked like to me, and I've seen you guys, if you watch my match, you've seen it before where one side completely collapses versus the other side in the match. So, reinforcing that position. We got a single guy here defending this. Starting to move guys up, and I would consider this done. There's 2 minutes left to go. We just flip back up to 3. We're going to end this match almost 30 minutes early if we can maintain our position. Off map coming in on these guys over here, and now some aircraft. Misses the Panther leader. Does manage to take out several squads over here with off-map. I think he put 2 down. We're just out of range here because of the suppression. These guys getting spotted in the woods. But I've got, I think, all of my Sturmgrens for the deck. I mean, this is like the best area to use them in. 23-9 with less than 3 minutes to go. We've recaptured the top here, but still getting off-mapped. We lost this position, which isn't surprising. And this one, too. More off-map over here. Seems like a waste. Wow, there's a lot of tanks coming forward. Hellcat's coming in, fires, takes out one, but the second one just falling back. We're going against some Shermans. I mean, these guys are Panzer IIIs. They're going to bounce a lot of that at range. They're going to have to get in closer. Panzer IVs are in front. Panzer III should be in front to be in range. So I think most of these guys are probably going to get lost. Unless he brought in smoke and could get in closer, they're probably all going to die. 2 minutes to go. Hilltop's ours. T-34 guarding over here. This one probably done. We've got, I mean, a company of men in the woods now. And we've got Panthers out here, so he's never going to bring in anything down this road. If we had enough time, I'd go for the farm back here. And we got this one flipped back. And the main battle seems to be over. This guy right here, these... That's kind of cool to see the gun work. It's like they just took a 2-3-1 turret and slapped it on there. So, yeah. Tank assault is defeated. We've got our mighty Panzer 38T trying to save the Jaegers. .923. And we flip this flag. Yeah, one flip back. I'm not sure where. Got all these guys moving forward now. Got this one back. 10:22. 15 seconds to go. Oh, that was a lot of bombs, huh? Guess we get some bonus points for that one. So, 35 minutes, 32 seconds, 22 out of 32 objectives captured. Let's take a look at our team stats here. Very pleased with the way this played out for us. 1450 to 1090. Pack 40 did good. Those Pioneers did good. Everyone else was just kind of okay. That one Pack 40 get those 2 T-34s. In terms of losses here, that T-34 was a pain. Those 2K ranges on these guys. I mean, he just was nailing them. And then everything else is just kind of like, meh. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.